Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Love that inspirational music. You'll notice this isn't Fallout 4. Yeah, we're taking a break from Fallout 4. Potentially a very long break. So, we're going to do a little bit of flinging Kerbals into space and hoping they actually make it back again. This may just be a one-off, but it'll be a fun one-off. Let's start the game. Make a new one. It will be under NASARG. This will be a sandbox game. We're going to just start with everything. Just to kind of play around for today. Let's see, there's the official NASA flag. Here we are. And start. Kerbal Space Program is awesome. It's hard, but it's awesome. Yep, thanks, I've got it. Now, because we're in sandbox mode, we really don't have to mess around with a whole bunch of other stuff. We don't need to do any research. We've got all of the research already. I could make a space plane, but I'm not going to. We're just going to go right into here. Right into the vehicle assembly building, where I will proceed to make something probably quite terrible. It's more than likely not going to go where I want it to go. It will probably explode. But it'll look awesome while it's doing it. And isn't that what's really important? As long as you're not the one flying in said vehicle. There we go. Got a capsule, got a parachute. And that's all we really need. Well, other than, fuel and rockets, stuff like that. I keep forgetting that the heat shield is under avionics, aerodynamics, something like that. Starts with an A, close enough. Okay, so got that now. We can now survive re-entry. Very useful, that. Surviving re-entry is kind of nice. Let's see. There we go. Could probably give them an additional parachute or two. Let's just wing it. One parachute's good enough for anyone, right? Now, along with that, that is way too small. If I put that on there, it tries to create it properly, but it's just, wrong. That is also wrong. But didn't I already click on that? There we are. Okay, now, from there... nope, wrong. Now, we're going to make this part... that's the wrong fuel thing. You're going to see a lot of these wrong clicks. It's been a while since I've played Kerbal Space Program. Wow, that's very wrong. And they've changed quite a few things since the last time I played. Hey, that's right. There's a larger one. There we go. I'm not even sure if quite a lot of my regular tactics are going to work. Wow, I don't even know. You can actually mine for things now. They put a lot of things from mods into the game, looks like. So, yeah, I can't be sure quite a lot of the things I'm going to try are even going to work. Don't know. We'll see after it all blows up on me. And we'll just do 3 here. Some more fuel. Really, it's better to kind of go in on this at either of the 2 campaign modes, science or regular campaign, because then you're working in And I'm making hand motions. You can't see that, but I'm making hand motions, showing that you should be working in rather than just jumping straight into everything. Because then you're getting to know the pieces as you're going along, rather than just saying, oh, this looks really neat, I should just slap it onto my ship. And then having terrible, terrible consequences as a result. Because you will. Oh, you definitely will. I've forgotten what I was doing with these. I'm pretty sure that nose cones actually do things now. So, Whoa. Yeah, this is new. Look at that. Holy crud. I have no idea what I'm doing with these. Yeah, we're just going to kind of ignore any of that. Wow. Yeah, these are more of those custom-built ones. We're just going to put the advanced nose cones on them. Why are you angling like that? How? Why are you angling? There, see? Like that. There is no reason for you to be trying to go on at an angle. Very strange, game. Why would you do that to me? All I want is some protective nose cones. Make you aerodynamic. Come on. In any case. Things. Also stuff. Let's see. I want the ones that have the gimbal thrust, since this is going to be for re-entry. Some of the names have changed, or they've added new ones. I don't remember that being called a terrier. It looks like the same one that was there before, but they've changed some of the names. Oh, such confusion. Ah, that's not really going, neither is that for that matter. I'll just plop a skipper on and call it a day. Now, I've managed to get my engines out of order, so I wanted to use the external ones here first, before using the one in the middle. So these ones first, then that one, then detach. Okay, so there we go. There's all of that. That's fairly simple for the return stages. Now the get out of Dodge stages, as it were. So technical. Also, I did leave a few things off, but we'll get back to that a bit later. How long is this video going to be? Who can tell? And the music decides to get sprightly. Let's see, what was I going to do next? Oh, yes. Fun with expansion. Time to get big. Let's move this up some. Now, many times when I try to do this sort of thing. The engines get grumpy and decide they want to wobble. So we're going to strap them down. This is not normally something you would want to do on something that's going to be ejected, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I can. Now, I'm going to put it, yeah, that there and that there. There we go. Inline reaction wheel. That is not a good size to go there. I sworn there was a larger one than that. We'll just put some external tanks. Right now, what we need is more fuel. Always with the fuel. Fuel, 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 fuel. This is gonna wobble, I just know it. Since I'm not really gonna be doing anything terribly fancy, I think I might just stick with, yeah. We'll just stick with the one set here. And then as I say that, I just realize I am going to be getting terribly fancy, only not in the way it seems. I'm going to get things a little weird here in a moment. Yeah, me? Getting weird? No, never happened. Oh, it's gonna happen, alright. First things first, need 4 of these. Right about there. That looks good. Then, need 4 of these. About there. Yeah, this looks perfectly realistic, doesn't it? Put this lower down. I want to fry my engine with the other engines. That should be good. Should keep it from overheating too much. I hope. I usually had the engineer mod installed, and I don't have it right now. And that would give me a lot more information on how much thrust I was getting and how much, well, pretty much everything else was going on. And it was very useful. But I do not has it. I should reinstall that. Like I said, very useful. Nah, just leave them as they are. But I do want to put... See, this could be where those fairings come in useful. Yes. There we go. Now they're aerodynamic. Why do the fairings have a stage to themselves? Why does that make any sense at all? Do I have to deploy the fairings? Okay. I don't understand. But I will deploy the fairings at the same time that I fire off the engines. Whatever. Now here's where it gets a little more complex. because we're actually going to be firing all 5 of these engines at the same time. But they're not all going to be using their fuel equally. Where is that? Where are you? I keep losing parts. There we are. Now, I want to have these 2 okay, that's that one, that's that one, so I want to have this one, this one, and this one trigger at the same time in order to keep things balanced. So these 2 and these 2 at the same time. So this one will feed its fuel into this tank. Oops, I still had multiple set. Okay, let's try that again. This one will feed its fuel into this tank, while this one will feed its fuel into this tank. Meanwhile, this one will feed its fuel into the main tank, and this one will feed its fuel into the main tank. Well, or it will if it behaves, if it knows what's good for it. There we go. Now, while this one is discharging its fuel, and this one is discharging its fuel, really, this one, while it's firing, is going to run out, and this one won't. And this one won't. The only ones running out of fuel will be the 2 that are going to detach themselves first. When they run out, I will detach them. We will then have a balanced set of these 2 and this one firing. Then when these 2 run out of fuel, I'll detach them, and then we'll just have this one firing. And by that point, it should be high enough up that it can maintain the amount of thrust on its own. If not, well, then I have a completely different problem. I would like to put some boosters on here, but with this configuration, number 1, I shouldn't need them. Number 2, it's going to be darn hard to trigger them at the right time. If I had Engineer installed, I could tell when would be the right time to trigger them just based on how long they would fire. Without Engineer, I'd have to do the calculations myself, and I just don't feel like doing that. Yes, I'm lazy. Now, what I'm also going to need is some RCS thrusters. Gonna need some there. Gonna need more here. And eventually, I'm going to need some here. To go with that, we're going to need RCS fuel. Just make it a little bit taller. And for you guys down here, you get your very own little external tanks of RCS fuel. There we go. Here. And here. That should be more than enough. Right about there. Should be more than enough to keep the maneuvering going properly. If not, well, then I have a completely different problem on my hands. If I can't keep things balanced like that, well, we've got issues. Now, everything should be stable, everything should be able to fire, and everything should actually keep going. Now, last step, we need some stabilization while on the launching pad. That's where these come in. Right there, and right there. These need to fire at the same time those rockets go off. Now this is pretty ungainly looking. I realize that. And it's not built for any mission-specific task. It's just built to see if I can still make one that actually goes up and does something without crashing horribly. Anyone's guess as to whether or not it will actually do that. Yeah. It looks nice. So did the last one that I put together when I was making a test one before recording this video. It looked really neat and broke into multiple pieces after getting about 5,000 feet up off of the launch pad. So we will name this one something X, because X's are cool. One last check here. Okay, 3 there. All 4 of them. 1 launch there. Good. Okay, the first 2 are those. After that, it's those 2. Then that. Then I activate those. Then they all go. Then we activate that. Then it goes. Then eventually that goes. Okay, it looks like everything is in place. And I don't know if I've actually given enough enough of a parachute to get them down safely or not. I honestly don't know. I could give them more parachutes. Let's do that, because I want to see if they can make it down safely. Wait, those are drogue chutes. It's useless. Regular amount parachute, please. One there. And one roughly opposite there. All 3 of those will trigger at the same time. I'm still not sure about these weird fairings here. I don't know why they have to be triggered. Okay, time to launch. And, yeah. Okay. With that little wobble, I just realized something. I forgot to give these stabilizers, little stabilizing kind of strut things, like I did up there. Meaning when they fire, they could potentially all be going angled in. So we're going to revert back to vehicle assembly and fix that, because that could be potentially disastrous. That's something that needs to be fixed. That one angled. Did I angle down? So hard to tell. Okay, I'm going to put one there. And just because I'm paranoid, I'm going to put one there. Right above. Ooh. Okay. A little bit better there. Let's try to launch again. See if it still does that waggle. Come on. That's better. No waggle this time. Okay. So, I'm hoping that doesn't mean that they're going to eject when they're triggered. Because if it ejects those fairings, that's gonna be bad. If it does, I'm taking the initiative to revert back. Okay, RCS and SAS control are on. Lift off in 5, 4, now. Yep, that does. It ejects the fairings. I don't want the fairings ejected. It's not fair. Ding. Okay. So, now you need to set the fairings up. So at the same time, the rockets eject, the fairings eject. Okay. One more time. Oh boy. But it did take off. It didn't explode on the landing pad, which is a good sign, right? Sure, it's a good sign. Launch in 3, now. Okay, keeping an eye on the fuel. Good Lord, this is loud. Okay. Wow, not getting very far before having to eject. 2 of them are out. And that dropped everything for some reason. I did not tell it to do that. Why did it drop all of them? Okay, whoa, that's not good. Okay, I don't quite know what went wrong there. Right. Well. We can at least... yeah. Get a bit of movement. Kind of. Jebediah is the only one who doesn't look like he's frightened for his life. Really, something went terribly wrong there, and I have no idea what it was. I think latching them all together may have been a very bad idea. I'm getting a very nice arc here. But it's about to come to an end because I'm almost out of fuel. Come on, just a little further. Oh, no. And yeah, they're gonna get a nice little run. Turn off SAS since now there's nothing generating electricity. Gotta save that. And now, might as well warp things along a bit. Warp them up to their aphelion here. And here we are. And there's everything else. And we'll let Jebediah go on EVA. There you are, bud. There's space. Give a little report. doesn't matter since we're on sandbox mode. We can go free if we want. There you go. Space, Final Frontier, all that sort of thing. And grab, and board. And now, that. We'll accelerate down. Luckily, once you get to within a certain range of the planet, it automatically kicks in, turning off your time warp so that you don't, accidentally time warp yourself into the ground. Okay, with that angle, I should be good for re-entry. So we'll kick up the time warp a little bit again and turn it off so I can continue adjusting if necessary. So we're still going here. Okay, still moving. Nothing important seems to have exploded. We are past the danger area now. Good. However, getting a little worried that I can't deploy my chutes yet. Chutes, please. There we go. Whew. That was a little late on the chutes. Not quite sure what was making it take so long. That's not normal. Normally you should be able to deploy them somewhere around 5,000 or so. Whew. Might have been I just had way too much velocity coming in. I was going too fast to deploy my chutes. But I have successfully saved all 3 of my crew. It's a good thing I did put those extra chutes on there because they were able to slow me down enough. So, everyone survived despite the incompetency of their spacecraft design. Yeah. Recover that vessel. And I think that's about enough for this recording. I've gone way over the time I was intending to make. But hopefully you enjoyed Kerbal Space Program here. And there may be an inquiry to find out just what the heck went wrong. It may have been putting all this together, wiring them together, made them all come off at the same time instead of just the 2 that I wanted. Because I hit the separator for one thing, and everything left. It was just all gone. So, yeah. Like I said, it has been a while since I played this last. Maybe I'll do some more videos of Kerbal Space Program. Don't know. I'll have to see how the response to this one is. But, hopefully you enjoyed it. And regardless of what my next video is, I'll see you next time. Bye.